In this video, we're going to demo the news application, and we'll cover setting up channels and configuring permissions, as well as creating and publishing articles. The Claromentis news application is where you can create news content that can be shared with your intranet users. News can be organized via various channels and can be catered for specific groups of users. To set up a new channel, you need to be an application administrator of news. When in the admin area of the news application, select the Channels and Templates tab. Here you'll be able to see a list of all existing channels. You can create new channels by clicking the Add News Channel button. As mentioned previously, in order to edit news permissions, you need to be an application administrator of news. To set specific news permissions, an application administrator can navigate to Admin, News, Channels and Templates. Permissions are applied per channel, allowing control over which users can view and manage articles posted in them. The key symbol on the right of a channel name allows its permissions to be edited. The permissions available for news channels include View, allowing users to see the published content, Add and Edit, whereby users can create articles but will not be able to publish without approval, Publish, which means users can publish without approval, and Approve Others, in which users are able to view drafts that have been submitted for approval, edit and/or publish them when required. Depending on what permissions you have, you can approve others' draft news articles, as well as go back to your own drafts to publish them. When there is an article in draft or that needs approval, you'll see it on the right-hand side of the news application as shown here. This will only appear to users that have access to this article in draft mode or the user who created it. You can then view the article by clicking on it. If you're happy with this, you can then publish it as normal by clicking Submit at the bottom of the editing page. More detailed information about setting up news approval structures can be found in the Claromentis University e-learning course on the news application on Discover. Now that we've covered channels and permissions, we can start creating news content via news articles. By default, all users will have access to the front end of the news application, where it will show a dashboard of all existing articles that they have access to. With the correct permissions, users will have the option to create news articles by clicking the Add News button found in the top menu bar. You will then be taken to the Article Details tab, where you can configure the title, the tags, which will help users search for the correct article, the summary, and the full body of the article. In Claromentis 10, we also have generative AI features, whereby there is the option to provide prompts which will generate an article for you. By default, news articles and edits made to any existing articles will be published immediately. Alternatively, if you want your news article to be published on a different date, you can schedule it via the Additional Options tab and set specific dates in the future for the article to be published and deleted. Finally, we're going to cover news notifications. The type of notification users receive when an article is published will depend on the user's communication setting. Users can configure this to be either email notifications or in-system via their own communication preferences. However, users will receive an email notification when an article is published in spite of what their notification preference is set to via two scenarios. The first is if the creator of the news article selects the Send Notification to those with view rights box when publishing the article. All users who have view permissions will be notified that the article has been published, with the exception of the news creator or owner. The second is if the user has manually subscribed to a certain channel. Subscribing to a channel generates a notification for all article publications in that channel, as well as notifications for when these articles are edited and resaved. In terms of the next steps for your team, we would encourage you to review your current news channels to ensure that the correct content creators and administrators have permission to edit and add news articles. Try creating and editing news articles. Identify your team's news administrators and encourage them to take our dedicated news e-learning course in Claromentis University, which is on our Discover portal.